welcome back to the channel and I hope you're all having a good weekend. As for yesterday, it was 3 tips given out and all 3 of them delivered. The 2 singles at 5 to 4 and 11 to 10. They were short enough, but I did say I thought there was some value in there, and there definitely was in the end. The first one was smashed up from 5 to 4 into 4 to 5, went odds on and won by 5 lengths as easy as you like. And the second one, the Revenant, won the Group 3 in good enough style in the end. He was a long way off the pace early on, but managed to win by a length, and it was comfortable enough in the end. He was 11 to 10 when I tipped him up and was sent off 8 to 15 favourite in the end, so he definitely got the value, and I think we can find some good value in France. Some of the market seems to be overlooked until late on, so we're going to try and do the same again. And my nap of the day is going to come over in France in the 5.55, and it's Born with Wings, who's 5 to 4 favourite, but I think again there might just be a little bit of value in this horse, trained by Francis Henry Graffard, who horses aren't running out of the skins at the minute, but they're running decent enough. A few have been beaten, which would be a bit of a concern, but I think this horse might just be good enough to get away with it coming back from a break. He's had 4 runs starting in the summer, and his last one was in October, where he won a handicap for €25,000 on heavy ground over the 1 mile 1 furlong, and he needed every single yard of that trip that day, so I think the step up to 1.5 miles will definitely suit. He's on soft ground again, which seems to suit, and he's got some pretty good form as well. I think this is a horse that, dropping into a stakes for €22,000, I think even though some of the horses have gone and won races, I think this horse is just a little bit better. If you look at the second favourite, Rimsky, now that horse did win last time, but that was in a poor enough race. It was over this distance, but I just think he's stepping up in class, where Born with Wings, I should say. This is probably a little bit of a clash drop for him. It's easier than his race the other day, and he managed to win the other day as well. So even though the finishing margin was close enough, I think he's open to a bit more improvement up in trip. Coming back from a break, he's got 6 runners to beat, I should say, and I think he should be able to do this and get us off to a good start at 5 to 4. Now my second bet comes in the 5.15, and it's Pink in the Park for Willie Mullins and Miss Jodie Townend in the bumper in the last. It's a mare's listed race, and I think this horse is a lot better than she showed last time. She won very impressively at Listowel on her debut. That was all the way back in September. Then it was a long break until she ran again in the mare's race at the Dublin Racing Festival, where she finished 5th behind Battling Bessie, who does reoppose today, but I don't think she performed to the best of the ability that day. Maybe the big field got to her, because she's one that has a very good turn of foot, and maybe the slightly softer ground didn't really help her. I'm not too sure. I think there's definitely circumstances for that, because she headed into that race a 16 on a field 5 to 4 favourite, so you could tell Connections definitely thought she was going to go and win. She was strongly supported on the day, and maybe wasn't given the best strides of all time by Patrick Mullins. Maybe got stuck in a pocket or two too much and had to come to the inside, and I'm willing to forgive her for this run, because after her debut everyone was thinking she might even go and win the champion bumper, but obviously that wasn't the target. I think Willie Mullins has targeted for this race. You'd think you'd be very disappointed if she goes the season without winning another bumper, having been so impressively on her debut, and I think this is the day that she goes and wins. As I said, she's got to reverse the form with a few, but I think she's just maybe a class above some of the others, and she's 9 to 4 in the market at the minute. She was 3 to 1 about 20 minutes ago when I checked, so the price has somewhat crashed a bit, but she's coming for some support, which is always a good thing, and at 9 to 4 I think she'll take the world of beating. Now my final selection is one that, unlike Pink in the Park, has been somewhat weak in the market, also in Ireland. It's the 5.30 at Cork, and it's Shark Bay that I like for Aidan O'Brien and Ryan Moore, who they've had a very good start to the season when teaming up, and Aidan O'Brien's horses are running pretty well in general. Now this horse has had the 3 runs over 7 furlongs. Its debut was a very good one, just beaten on the line and by a horse called Atomic Jones, who went on to win a Group 2, so the form of that race has worked out pretty well, and he was very good again when second, beaten by a horse that was 50 to 1, and I think the trip of 7 furlongs was just a bit short that day. He was a little bit one-paced, and I think stepping up in trip, which he does significantly today, 7 furlongs to a mile and 2 furlongs, is definitely going to suit. It does on Boydin and the running style of this horse as well. I think you can rule out his last run. That was in listed company. He wasn't actually beaten too far in the end, about 5 lengths, but you can rule out that performance. That was on soft ground too. I think the better ground today and the step up in triple suit for a connect combination which are doing well enough at the minute. Now this horse has been weak in the market. It's out to 3-1 at the minute, but I still think he's got the capability to go and win a race like this against Nursery, who has been strongly supported for Joseph O'Brien. That's just had the one run, and it was a pretty good one over the mile when just beaten a couple of lengths. He'll definitely step forward, but I think Shark Bay can put his experience to good use. The step up in trip should suit, and I think he'll be hitting the line strongly enough, even though he hasn't run over this far before. So Shark Bay at 3-1 is a bet for me. So that rounds up my 30 selections today. Thanks a lot for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe as always. If we have a day as good as yesterday, then it will definitely be a very good one. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.